Hi team, greetings everyone. In our previous session, we saw how to debug a failed script, right? In our today's session, we are going to see a new concept called as step groups. What is this step groups? Let us understand the step group theoretically first, and then we will see how to implement that in our FireFlink platform. So let me show. Now we are going to discuss about step groups. First of all, what is a step group? Step group is nothing but it's a collection of multiple steps. So when I have a repeated steps and I'm using the same steps again and again in all the scripts, what I will be doing, I will be making the multiple steps into one single step group. Step group is nothing but collection of repetitive steps, right? Now why we need that? So to avoid the repetition of same steps again and again, and to reduce the time in script development. So this is the reason why we need this particular step group. Now to understand this step group, we will take a scenario. So in that scenario, I have a script number 1 which is for registration process. I have script number 2 which is for login process. And I have a script number 3 which is for search process, right? So here all the three scripts are of three different scenarios. But if you can see the first four steps, open browser, maximize browser, navigate to URL, click on login button. So these four steps are what? Repetitive, correct? Even though the scenarios are different, all my four steps in all the scripts are repetitive. So don't you think I'm doing the same work in all the scripts, right? So in my registration script also I'm writing this four steps, and in my login script also I'm again writing the same four steps, and in my search module also I'm writing the same four steps again and again. So this is a repetitive task and this is time consuming. Am I right? So here what we can do in the sense, now I'll just go to the registration script, right? So which are the steps are repetitive in this particular registration script? First four steps, correct? So what I will do, I will take the first four steps and make them into one single step group. So and I'll name it as open shopper stack and navigate to login page. So why I am naming like this? Because when I execute these four steps, what is going to happen? It is going to open that particular application shopper stack and it is going to navigate me to the login page, right? So only I'm naming this as open shopper stack and navigate to login page, and this thing is called as a step group. Now in my other scripts, whether it is a login script or it's a search script, what I'm going to do I need to write this four steps again? Not required. I will call this one step group in all my other scripts, so that I no need to write the same steps again and again. Here I am making use of the step group which is having the all four steps. Here I am reducing the time in the script development, right? So this is the purpose of using the step group concept. Now what I will do, I will go to the FireFlink platform. So here if you can notice, we have written a script for verify the user is able to register, right? Now I'll just navigate to test development. So here I have written this particular registration script for the registration module, right? Now what I will do, I'll go to this login module, and under this login module, I will have created this particular script, right? Verify the user is able to log in into Shopper Stack application. So this is what scenario? Login scenario. Let me go inside. So here also I have used the same steps, right? I am repeating the same steps again and again, right? What I will do, I'll just delete these steps now. I don't want to repeat the same steps again and again. See, now my login script is empty, right? But the steps which I need is present in which script? Registration script. Am I right? So let me just navigate back. I'll just go to the registration script. And which are the steps is going to be repetitive? So in my login scenario, I have to land in the login page in order to enter the username and password, right? So what I will do, I'll just select the steps which are repetitive. Open browser, maximize browser, navigate to URL, implicit wait, verify whether I am landing in welcome page or not, click on login button and verify whether I am landing in login page or not. So these 7 steps are going to be repetitive in my login script as well. Am I right? Correct? So here if you can see, all my 7 steps are repetitive in login script also. I want to make this 7 steps into one single step group. How do I do that? So I have selected all my 7 steps. Once you select multiple steps, in the right top corner, you will be getting this option called as plus step group. So here what I will do, I'll just click on it. So once I click on it, if you notice, information, no library found. So what is this library? So now to understand this, let me go to test development. So here, without adding a module, can we add a submodule or can we add an automation script? In test development, we follow a tree structure. What is a tree structure? First add the module, then add the automation script or submodule or manual test case, right? The tree structure will always start with the module. In the same fashion, when I go to repository, can I directly add the element into my repository? No, right? First add the pages and then under the pages you can add the sub pages or you can add the elements, right? This is the tree structure that we follow, correct? So now in the same fashion, as we are talking about step groups, here in the repository section we have 3 different columns, means 3 different options. One is elements, program elements and step groups. We are talking about step groups, right? I'll just click on this step groups. Now, once I navigate to step group, the tree structure will always start with library and then step group. So in order to add a step group, you need a first library. So here if you can see, there is already one library present, open and close browser. I didn't create this. Then how come this is reflecting? Because this is a default library. Okay, let me expand this. So once I expand it, I have 2 step groups. One is open browser, one is close browser. So if you notice, these 2 things we have already used in our automation script for opening the browser at the starting point and to close the browser at the end of the script, right? So those 2 are actually step groups, not steps, right? So if I want to see the steps inside a step group, what I have to do? I have to just click on the step group name, which will navigate me to that particular step group. And here if you can see, these are the 3 steps which is involved in opening a browser, right? Let me just navigate. Now I wanted to see the steps in close browser. I'll just go to this close browser now. So here if you can see, this is the step which is involved in close browser. So here, can we create a step group with one single step? It is also possible. That is, this is the proof of that particular concept, right? So close browser is having one single step and still I am able to create it as a step group, right? So these are the default step groups. When it is a default step group, can I edit or delete them? Let me try. So here if you can see, the edit and delete button is disabled. Then what I can do? We have more option. I'll just click on this more option and I can see only the details. So I can see only the details of this particular step group. Okay. Default step group cannot be deleted or edited. Okay. Now I want to add a step group to this, means to the library, correct? But this is a default library. As we discussed, we cannot edit or delete a default library as well as default step group, right? So when I try to add a step group to this particular library, what is the meaning of it? I'm trying to edit this, right? So it is not allowing me to edit this. So here what I have to do, I have to create my own library. Okay, so how to create the library? Just click on this plus library button. So here you can give the library name. So I will just give it as open and close chopper stack. So this I will give it as library name. Okay. So here it is asking me to choose the parent library. I'll just click on this choose library. It will not allow me to select the default library because we cannot edit it. So what I will do, I'll just select the root library and click on select. Now I'll just click on create. So now what happened? I have my own library which can be edited and deleted, right? So now library is present, meaning that I can add my own step groups, right? So now let me just go to test development. Let me go to that particular script. So let me select the steps now. Open browser, maximize browser, navigate to URL, implicit wait, verify welcome page, click on login, verify login page. So these 7 steps will be required for my login script as well, correct? So what I will do, I'll select all these 7 steps and click on plus step group. So once we click on plus step group, if you can see, this create step group pop-up is reflecting, where we have to give only the name of the step group. Okay, what I will give, I'll just say open shopper stack and navigate to login page. Because when I run these 7 steps, it will open the shopper stack application and it will navigate me to the login page, right? So here just give the name, and here you can just click on create button. So before clicking on create button, what you have to make sure? You have to make sure you have chosen a parent library. So I'll just click on this choose library, and here if you can see, I have my own library which is created. Open and close shopper stack. Select this and click on select. Now you can just click on create, which will create the step group, and you'll be getting a success message. But I don't see the step group inside the script. You will not see the step group inside the script. Where you have to go? Go to repository, go to step groups. So inside the step group, you will be having a library of your own, which is nothing but open and close shopper stack. Expand it, and you will be having the step group inside it. So once you click on the step group, you will be able to see the steps, and you will be able to edit the steps as well. Right? Now let me just navigate back. This is one way of adding the step group, right? What we did, we went to test development, we went to the respective script, we selected all the steps which are repetitive, and then we made them into step group, right? Another one way of creating the step group is go to repository, go to that step groups. So under this library, I want to be adding a step group, right? What I will do, just click on this plus button, add step group, give a name for it. Say for example, I want to say open shopper stack and navigate to home page. So here I have added the step group for navigating to the home page, right? I have to give the type here as web, and I'll just click on create, which will create a step group in the library. Here we have to add the steps inside this particular step group. So click on this plus step. So if I want to navigate to home page, first thing is I have to navigate to login page, right? So for that, what I have to do, I can use the same step group which is already available. What is the name of it? Just say open shopper. Here we already have the step group. Just click on it, give the if fail checkpoint, and click on add. So this one single step group will be navigating me to the login page, and then I have to start adding the steps for entering the email ID, password, and clicking on login button, right? So this is how we can create step group in another way. So you can directly go to step groups and you can create your own step groups, right? Where you have to add the steps. Or if you are saying, I already have the steps which is present in the test development, I want to just convert those steps into a step group. Then what you can do, you can go to that particular script, you can select the steps which you want to make it as a step group, and then you can use the same steps to create a step group, right? Now let me just go to test development. Now I have a step group for what? To navigate to the login page, right? So here let me expand this shopper. Let me go inside this particular application. And here I need to add the steps for login scenario, right? So what I will do, I'll just click on this plus step. And here, do I need to write this open browser, maximize browser again? Not required. I'll just say open shopper stack and navigate to login page. I'll select this particular step group, and here this will navigate me to the login page. And if you want to cross check the steps which is present inside this particular step group, then what you can do, there is an option for it. We have steps here. Just expand this. It will show you the steps which is present in that particular step group. See, 7 steps are present inside that step group. Now you want to edit the step group. So in that case, do you need to go to a repository and then go to step group and then edit it? Not required. Here if you can see, we have an option for shortcut. So if you click on this go to step group, which will directly navigate you to that particular step where you can easily edit that particular step group, right? So let me just navigate back, and here I'll just click on plus step and I'll just say open shopper stack, navigate to login page. I'll give the if else checkpoint. Let me just click on add. So this step group will navigate me to the login page. Now let me just go to test development, and I have the cart module. If I want to add a script for cart module, I need to again add the 7 steps, right? So do I need to add the 7 steps again? Not required. What is that I have to do? I have to make use of the step group which I already created, right? Team, I hope this step group concept is clear, and we have another feature called as parameterized step group, which we will be seeing in our next video. Thank you.